Alright, hello everybody! Welcome to My Morning Ride, Episode 3, where we talk about anything and everything that has to do with anything. Usually it's about motorcycles, but we can talk about whatever we want here. On yesterday's episode, we talked a lot about the growth I've seen on social media over the past few years and kind of the direction that I want to take YouTube and all the other socials. I talked about some trips that I want to take, or one trip that I did take, and lots of other fun things, so go ahead and check that out. You can also check out my other video series, My Evening Ride, which is just about the same thing, but it's on my way home from work instead of on my way to it. But today we have a lot of fun-filled things ahead of us. I was sitting and I was thinking last night of kind of the next motorcycle trip that I want to do. As mentioned last episode, I recently, on last Thanksgiving in 2025, I went to the Grand Canyon on this bad boy, Lake Mead, Hoover Dam, Grand Canyon, and it was an amazing trip. And so I need to get back out there and do it again. I was actually thinking probably somewhere in the upper Midwest. I think on the top of my short list, Zion National Forest, which isn't exactly the Midwest, it's West Mid. Kind of. West. Not coast. West. Yeah, I was thinking Zion National Forest, or a trip through the southern part of the United States and kind of make my way down through New Mexico and Texas and just kind of hang out around there. But we will see. Yeah, if I was going to do that, I would definitely stop at... Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Well, this isn't good. I might be cooked, chat. This could be good. Let's see. Are you nervous? I'm nervous. Definitely have to follow the letter of the law for right now. 45 is the speed limit. I don't think they're too worried about us, luckily. But yeah, so the Zion National Forest would be pretty quick. It would probably be my normal route up through Joshua Tree, just shoot straight north. That's always pretty fun. But the southern part of the U.S. would be a little bit more interesting, I'd say. I would definitely go through Arizona, darn. I'm being watched. Yeah, I'd probably go up through go down through, probably through Southern California, Salton Sea, back that way, cross through Arizona, go through Phoenix, try to get to Sedona if I can, because that's a beautiful area that I've never been to. From there, shoot through New Mexico, check out the Carlsbad Caverns. And from there, I believe there is a national park on the southern point, or in the southern point of Texas. That'd be kind of cool, I think. My ultimate ride that I'd want to do. The ultimate ride that I'd want to do, though, is the TAT, the Trans-American Trail adventure bike ride. I would go all the way to North Carolina, I believe is where it starts, and then I would traverse my way on about 80% dirt roads all the way to Oregon, and probably connect to the Northern and Southern California BDRs. So that way, I just go all the way down the line, and I can get through pretty much North Carolina to my hometown in San Diego almost on complete dirt roads. That'd be awesome. I think I'd do it on this bad boy. It might be a little tough because it's technical trail, but I think we can do it. That would be fun though. One day I hope to graduate so that way I can do moto trips across the world. I've always wanted to motorcycle all the way up to the northernmost point of Alaska. That would be awesome. But motorcycling through Europe is probably a dream of mine. If I could motorcycle through Germany, the Netherlands, Belgium, it just looks absolutely beautiful, and I would love to get in on that. Ugh, it's really, this cop behind me is really putting a damper on my step here. I was supposed to be on the highway by now. So it was kind of fun yesterday. I had 2 fans, I don't know if they know me, they'd probably just see the cameras and like that, say hi to me. They waved the camera, got silly little pictures, being the silly little geese we are. That's always fun. I love it when people stop, say hello, wave at the camera. So if you see me riding around, make sure to say hello. You might just get featured on the socials. Alright, looks like we are moving again. And now this is a legal lane split. Thank you, friend. Can I get one more? Oh, I can. Go ahead, that's all you, bruh. These slow technical sections. And I got out a little bit, I got out of the house a little bit late today. So the sun is just a little higher than normal, so it's a little bit warmer in the non-shady spots, and I'm feeling every second of it. I don't know, I kind of want to just go forward. I don't think that cop can see me anymore. I mean, I can't see him, which de facto means he can't see me, which I think that's like a law of physics. Probably. We're just gonna wait it out, hope for the best. Alright, looks like we're moving now. Finally get out of this one lane hellhole, so I can finally start splitting. But another thing that I was thinking about, if I am going to do the Trans-American Trail, the TAT, T-A-T, I would like to do it on this Africa Twin, but I have been told the trail is a little technical. It's nothing crazy, but there are some technical sections, and having a lighter, slight dual sport, having a smaller, little bit more dual sporty-ish bike could be advantageous. So I was thinking to myself, what type of bike would I get to substitute for this Africa Twin, because I love this Africa Twin. And I came down to a couple of options. It would either be a Honda CRF 300 Rally, 300L Rally, or a Suzuki DR650S. Now those are 2 completely different motorcycles, but they're somewhat similar. Okay, that guy sort of jumped over. I'm not too sure what's going on with that, but let's see. Oh, there he is. He has appeared. I don't see what he saw, though, which concerns me. Oh, I guess it was this one right here. That was cool. I liked that. That was cool. Alright, and we're making our way forward. People are being so kind. I love it. But yeah, the Suzuki DR650 is one that I've had my eyes on for a little while now. There's just something about it. That cult following that bike has is pretty awesome. And I think I want to be a part of it. I'm not too sure if I would go new or used. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I know 90% of the time it's usually smarter to go used because you can always find... He was waving. He wasn't just finger pointing. That's what I do. I love it. Good for him. Good for him. Got to keep on moving. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Is this a Tenere? The Tenere 600. Is he going for it? I think he might be. Oh, he's not. He's a good boy. Hold on. Adventure bike riders have to unite here. Let me see if I can get up there. I don't know what. Oh, he's turning. Okay. No, he's not. I don't know what he pointed at then. Huh. Interesting. I was gonna fist bump him. I don't know what this guy keeps doing, but that's okay. But yeah, DR650. I know I've been cut off about 7 times talking about this bike, but yeah, like I said, just the cult following around it just seems absolutely amazing. And I love the aftermarket support. It seems like the service intervals are pretty decent. The only thing that I've heard is that you just got to keep putting oil in it constantly. You almost never have to change the oil. You just add more oil in because it burns so much, which I think is kind of interesting. But as long as you keep up with it, should be fine. But I'd probably ride it down the TAT and then probably look to dump it when I get home. Not too sure. I don't know. I'm already at 4 motorcycles. The garage is a little full as it is, and I really do want to move my Lexus back into the garage. That thing's crying out there. It's been stuck outside for so long. Alright, but now we are moving along on the highway. Everything's looking good. But if I were to go the Honda 300L Rally route, that one I just see nothing but good things about. Everywhere online that you look, everyone talks highly of that bike. There are no cons with it. It's able to hold up to highway speeds. It just seems like a good bike. The service intervals are about 3,000 miles, which is excellent for a dual sport. So, I don't know. They both cost about the same amount. So I really don't know what route I should take for more of a dual sportish, majority off-road type bike. Guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. When you're on a motorcycle, do you ever stop to think exactly what you're doing? And you kind of have that moment of realization of how absolutely insane it is. I'm gonna try to catch up with these motorcycle guys up here. Like literally, think about it. Right now I'm doing, in international waters, 90 miles per hour. And I'm on 2 wheels. I've got no seatbelt, no airbag, no parachute. Although that'd be kind of cool. That might be too hot. We're gonna find out. But yeah, just every once in a while I have that moment of like realization of exactly what I'm doing and kind of how crazy it is. And check by me here and let's go. But one thing that I was thinking about this morning, that's kind of a funny story, is when I took the MSF course and all of the surrounding characters that were in the class with me, because man, it was a complete mismatch of characters there. Everybody had their own personality, and it was wonderful. It made me crack up so much. When I took the MSF course, when we were doing the introductions for the class, everybody had to stand up, say their name, kind of say why they wanted to ride a motorcycle. Ooh, careful there. And some of my favorites was the scooter lady. She stands up and she's like, I don't have to ride a motorcycle in this class, do I? And everyone looked shocked, like, yeah, you're in the motorcycle safety course. But then she explained, no, I only want to ride a scooter. Do you guys have a moped? And they were like, yeah, we have one. You can go ahead and ride that, which I thought was kind of funny. The next person was a guy who had failed the MSF course twice, as he let us know. And he was dressed completely like a 1940s Goomba. Like, black leather jacket, hair swiped over, he had a red scarf wrapped around his neck, old leather gloves. He was hilarious. He was my favorite of the bunch. He had already failed the course twice, and he failed a third time when I was there. But he was so knowledgeable about the written test and would help everyone out. He knew how to explain everything absolutely perfectly. But when it came to the writing portion, couldn't do any of it. He failed every time. The next guy was very interesting. He was probably about 50. And when he said why he wanted to ride a motorcycle, he was like, I'm just trying to learn how to live. I'm just trying to learn how to live life again, have fun. Which was, pretty wholesome. I thought that was funny. But he was weird. He had a big Confederate flag tattooed on his neck, and that kind of put everybody a little bit not at ease. But he was nice, I guess. He failed the written portion, but passed the writing test. So, room for improvement. Alright, we are moving a little quick to be lane split, and I didn't realize how fast we were going. But we're just going to be pushing forward. But yeah, the MSF course is a ton of fun. If you haven't taken it, I highly recommend that if you're looking to get into riding motorcycles, take the MSF course. It is the perfect starter introduction for those looking to begin their motorcycle journey. And it also helps you get your license, because all you have to do is go to the MSF course, pass their writing test, and then go to the DMV and take the written test. A little bit easier of a process. I've heard that the DMV writing portion is pretty tough, and you don't get a lot of sympathy if you make any mistakes. But at the MSF course, it just seemed like they wanted everyone to pass for the most part. Now, if you were a complete danger, careful there, buddy. If you were a complete danger, they wouldn't pass you. But they were trying to help you out. They'd let you redo sections of the test if you made like a small little mistake. They'd sit down, talk to you, explain what you did wrong, let you try one more time. So I liked that about it. And most of the people, including me, passed the MSF course on their first try. Alright, here we go. As I always say, nothing like a little lane splitting in the morning. What is this contraption here? Some type of hydraulic press, that's for sure. Woo! Hold it steady. Tight squeeze. Oh, that's always a blast. Alright, let's keep our eyes open. I just saw that truck. Ooh, man, that sun is blasting if I lean my head down too much. Don't want to blind the camera. Oh, It's blinding me. I might have to put my sun visor down. This is a little tight. No, it's not. Alright, dropping the sun visor down. Had to be done. It is way too bright. So the next piece of equipment that I'm looking to upgrade when it comes to my arsenal for my motorcycles, I think I want a new helmet. Right now I have a Senna Outrush R, which has been a fine helmet. If I didn't do moto vlogging, I would probably keep this helmet for just about forever. But it's had a few problems. The sun visor gets stuck. Some of the latches down here at the chin for the modular part of the helmet get stuck, and I have to undo them with a screwdriver. Just kind of annoying little things. But my biggest complaint is when it comes to motovlogging and recording, I don't think this helmet blocks wind noise at all. Now, I don't think that's the helmet's fault. I think that has to do with it being modular. I think the cracks let in more wind than a normal non-modular helmet would. So I'm actually looking at non-modular helmets just for recording purposes. I'm probably going to keep this one for longer trips. But for strict recording purposes and capturing my voice, I think a non-modular helmet's the way to go. I'm thinking either Shohei or Aria. I'm not exactly sure what models I want to look at yet, but I definitely have it nailed down to those two companies. If you have any suggestions for a helmet that's really good at reducing wind noise, keeps the cockpit here nice and quiet, let me know. It doesn't need to have Bluetooth. That's what this helmet's for. It just needs to be a helmet that's really good at keeping everything quiet and protecting my noggin. That's always an important part as well. Oop, here we go. So this is always fun, where you gotta kind of serpentine to the right, to the left, straight, open lane, hop over, back to the middle. Thank you, friend. And then ride the middle. It's like Dance Dance Revolution. Alright, well, everybody, I think that is going to be it for today on my morning ride. This guy is a legend. Shout out to him. Video dedicated to him. But thank you guys so much for listening. Today we talked about all types of fun things. Future trips that I want to take on my motorcycles, the gear that I'm going to be upgrading to, specifically when it comes to my helmet, and we also had a good chat about my time in the MSF course. If you guys want to hear more about any of those topics, please let me know in the comments below. Also, feel free to drop your suggestions for comments, or suggestions for topics, in the comments below. I'll go ahead, I will make sure that all of the topics get mentioned in the next episode of my morning ride. Thank you all so much, and I will catch you later. Wahoo! Bam, 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 bam.